Good morning students. Today we will proceed our chapter Light, Reflection and Refraction. And today we will discuss about the image formation takes place by spherical mirror. Okay, how the image formation takes place in case of spherical mirror. So reflection by spherical mirrors. Today we will discuss this topic. Now first of all, before going the topic image formation by spherical mirror, we should know what are the rules, how the rays goes and where they meet. So the rules are very necessary for this case. Okay, for the image formation, two reflected rays are required. Okay, after reflection these two rays meet, their image formation takes place. At least two rays are required for image formation. So let us first study the important points regarding the image formation. First, in a concave mirror, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the principal focus. In a convex mirror, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis after reflection appears to diverge from the principal focus. So, what is the first rule? Is that when a ray of light parallel to the principal axis after reflection, it passes through the principal focus. Okay, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis after reflection, it goes to the passes from the principal focus. Similarly, in case of convex mirror, figure 2, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis after reflection appear to diverge from the principal focus. Okay, now second, in a concave mirror, a ray of light passing through the focus after reflection goes parallel to the principal axis. Figure 3rd. Okay, figure 3rd, a ray of light, if a ray of light passes through the principal focus, then after reflection it emerges parallel to the principal axis. In a convex mirror, a ray of light directed towards a principal focus after reflection goes parallel to the principal axis. In case of convex mirror, figure 4, a ray of light directed towards the principal focus after reflection goes parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Now after this, the third rule is, in a concave mirror, a ray of light passing through the center of curvature after reflection is reflected back along the same path. Figure 5. So, in a concave mirror, a ray of light passing through the center of curvature, an incident ray passing through the center of curvature after reflection, it reflected back along the same path. Okay, it goes back along, after reflection it goes back following the same path. Similarly, in a convex mirror, a ray of light directed towards the center of curvature after reflection is reflected back along the same path. Figure 6. So, in case of convex mirror, a ray of light directed towards the center of curvature after reflection is reflected back along the same path. Okay, now the fourth point. In a concave or a convex mirror, a ray of light directed obliquely at the pole of the mirror is reflected obliquely. If a ray of light passes directed obliquely at the pole of the mirror, then it is reflected obliquely, making equal angles with the principal axis. So, when an incident ray is directed obliquely in case of both concave mirror and convex mirror, if it is directed obliquely, to the pole of the mirror, then it reflected obliquely. Okay, making equal angles with the principal axis. So students, in all the four cases, the laws of reflection are always followed. The laws of reflection are always followed in all the four cases. Okay. Okay. Now students, we will see how the image formation takes place by spherical mirror. First of all, we will see how the image formation takes place by concave mirror. Concave mirror, which is also called converging mirror. So ray diagrams in case of concave mirror. Okay. So in this case, we will study the ray diagram at different position of the objects, how the image, where the image formation takes place, and what is the size of the image and what is the nature of the image. Okay. Now first case. First, position of the object at infinity. When the object is placed at infinite distance, then where the image formation takes place. So this is the ray diagram. An object AB is placed at infinite distance. So at least two reflected rays are required for image formation. So the rays coming from that object which is placed at infinite distance, the ray parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection, they passes through the principal focus. So similarly, second ray parallel to the principal axis, after reflection meet at the principal focus. So the image formation takes place at principal focus. So the position of the image at the focus F. So the image formation takes place at principal focus. Now the size of the image. The image is highly diminished. Diminished means very small, point sized. Point sized image is formed in case of when object is placed at infinite distance, then point sized image is formed. Now the nature of the image. The image is real and it is inverted. Real image. The image which can be obtained on a screen. Okay, so it is a real image. But it is inverted, upside down. Upside down image is formed in this case. So it is the case when the object is placed at infinite distance. So images, we can say the image is formed at the principal focus. The image is very small, point sized, and the image's nature is real and inverted. Now the second case, when the object is placed beyond C. When the object is placed beyond C, okay, then where the image formation takes place, what is its size and what is its nature. Now this is C, center of curvature, and object is placed beyond C. Okay, AB object is placed beyond C. Now two rays are required. First ray, when a ray passes parallel to the principal, when the ray falls from the parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection it goes back to the principal focus after reflection. Okay. Now second ray here, the ray passing through the center of curvature. So what is the rule? When incident ray passing through the center of curvature, then it reflected back along the same path. So it reflected back along the same path. Both these reflected rays meet at a point here. So here the image formation takes place. So A dash, B dash is the image which is formed at the meeting point of these two reflected rays. So the image is formed, position of the image is between F and C. The image is formed between principal focus and center of curvature. Now the size of the image. The size of the image is diminished. As compared to the size of the object, the image size is very small. So the size of the image is diminished. Now the nature of the image. The image is real, it can be obtained on a screen, but it is inverted. It is inverted. Real and inverted images formed. Upside down images formed. So this is the second case when the object is placed beyond C. Now the third case, when the object is at C, center of curvature. When the object is placed at center of curvature, then what happens? Now we need two reflected rays for image formation. First ray, it is parallel to the principal axis. Incident ray, it is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passed through the principal focus. Now second ray, we have taken that our incident ray which is passing through the principal focus. After reflection, it emerges parallel to the principal axis. Okay, it emerges parallel to the principal axis. So this is the first reflected ray and this is the second reflected ray. Both these rays meet at this point. Okay, so here image formation takes place. A dash, B dash. So image formation takes place at this point. Now in this case, when the object is placed at C, the position of the image is also at C. The image formation also takes place at center of curvature. Now the size of the image. The size of the image is same size as the size of the object. The image formed is of the same size as the size of the object. Next is nature of the image. The image formed is real and inverted. The image is real, it can be obtained on a screen, and it is inverted, it is an inverted image. So this is the third case of the image formation in case of concave mirror. Students, now we will see how can we make ray diagram by considering a situation in detail. So, when the object is placed at center of curvature at C, then where the image formation takes place by concave mirror. So, we will study it by a ray diagram. This is the concave mirror. This is our principal axis. Okay, this is the pole of the mirror, F principal focus, and C center of curvature. So object is placed at C. Object is placed at C center of curvature. So for image formation, at least two reflecting rays are required. Where the reflecting rays meet, their image formation takes place. So first ray I am taking the ray, the incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection, it will pass from the principal focus. Okay. So what is the rule? If a ray, incident ray, goes parallel to the principal axis, so after reflection, it will pass from the principal focus. Second ray. So this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray. Now second ray, I am taking this ray which pass, this incident ray go through the principal, it goes through the principal focus. So after reflection, it emerged parallel to the principal. It emerged parallel to the principal axis. This is our rule. I will tell you that during rules of spherical mirror or rules for making ray diagram, that if an incident ray goes from the principal focus, then after reflection, it emerges parallel to the principal axis. So both these two are the reflected rays. These meet at this point. So here image formation takes place. A dash, our object is AB, so the image is A dash, B dash. So the image formation takes place at this point, and this is center of curvature. So the image formation takes place at C, that is center of curvature. So the position of the image at C. Image formation takes place at center of curvature. If the object is at center of curvature, then image formation also takes place at the same place, that is center of curvature. Size of the image. The size of the image is same as the size of the object. So same size as the size of the object. Same size as the size of the object. Now the nature of the image. The image is real and inverted. The image is real and inverted. Real image, the image can be obtained on a screen. So real image is formed and it is upside down. Inverted image is formed. Real and inverted. So if an object is placed at C in front of concave mirror, then image formation is also takes place at C. The image is same size as the size of the object, and the image is real and inverted. Now the fourth case. Fourth case, when the object is present between center of curvature and principal focus. So the fourth case is position of the object between C and F. When the object present between C and F, then two rays. First ray, that is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes to the principal focus. Okay. Now second ray, it passes through the center of curvature. Passes from the center of curvature. After reflection, it passes along the same path. So both these reflected rays meet at this point. And here image formation takes place. A dash, B dash is the image. So the position of the image is beyond C. The image is formed beyond C. In this case, the size of the image is enlarged. As compared to object, the image is bigger in size. Okay, so it is enlarged. Third, nature of the image. The image is real and inverted. The image can be obtained on a screen, but it is upside down. Okay, so this is the fourth case, figure D, depicting the fourth case. Now the fifth condition. The fifth case, when the object is placed at focus, principal focus. When the object is present at F. First incident ray parallel to the principal axis passes, after reflection, passes from the principal focus. And second incident ray passing through the center of curvature, after reflection follows the same path. So these are the reflected rays. So at this condition, you are seeing that these are not appears to be meet. So the image formation takes place at infinite distance. So image formation takes place at infinite distance. The image is highly enlarged. highly enlarged. Size of the image is highly enlarged. And the nature of the image is also real and inverted in this case. So, when the object is placed at F, then the image is formed at infinity. This is the reverse of the first case. In the first case, the object is presented at infinite distance and image formation takes place at principal focus. And here, the object is present at principal focus and image formation takes place at infinity. Now the next, the sixth case, when the object is present between principal focus and pole of the mirror. This is the sixth case. So, in this case, the object is placed between principal focus P and principal focus F and pole of the mirror P. So, here the object is placed. Here again, two rays. First ray, incident ray, it falls obliquely to the pole of the mirror. So, it reflects obliquely. Okay. Now, second incident ray passes through the center of curvature. So, it reflected back following the same path. These two reflected rays, when we extend these rays, then they meet at this point. So this is behind the mirror. Okay, so the image formation takes place behind the mirror. So when the object is placed between principal focus and pole of the mirror, then the image formation takes place behind the mirror. The images, the size of the images enlarged. The image is bigger in size as compared to the size of the object. And the nature of the image is virtual and erect. The image is virtual, it cannot be obtained on a screen. And it is erect, straight image, not upside down. So erect image is formed in this case. So these 6 are the different cases where object is placed and image formation takes place in case of spherical mirror. Okay. Our next topic is image formation by convex mirror, which is also called diverging mirror. So, ray diagrams in case of diverging mirror. First case is when the object is at infinite distance. When the object is placed at infinite distance, then what happens? The rays, incident rays, are parallel to the principal axis. So, after reflection, they appears to be diverged from the principal focus. So, all the rays appears to be diverged from the principal focus. Okay. So, the image formation takes place at the principal focus, which is behind the mirror. Behind the mirror, the image formation takes place. Now, the size of the image. The size of the image is very small. It is highly diminished, point-sized image. Okay. Now, the nature of the image. The image is virtual. It cannot be obtained on a screen. So, the image is virtual and erect. Virtual and erect image is formed in this case. Now, the case second. When the object is between infinity and the pole P of the mirror. Then the object is placed between infinity and the pole of the mirror. So, in this case, we need two reflected rays for image formation. First ray, that is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it appears to be diverged from the principal focus. Okay. Now, second ray, which passes through the center of curvature. After reflection, it follows the same path. So, both the reflected rays meet at this point. So, here image formation takes place. So, this is the position between P and F. So, the image formation takes place between the pole of the mirror and the principal focus. And the image formation takes place behind the mirror. Behind the mirror, the image is formed. Now, the size of the image. The image is highly diminished. The image is very small as compared to the size of the object. The image is very small, diminished. Now the nature of the image is virtual and erect. The image is virtual and erect. So these are the two cases in case of convex mirror. Okay, after this we will discuss the uses of spherical mirror, that is concave and convex mirror. Uses of spherical mirrors. First of all, concave mirrors. There are various fields in which concave mirrors are used, such as concave mirrors are used in torches, searchlights and headlights of vehicles to get parallel beams of light. They are used as shaving mirrors to see larger image of the face. They are used by dentists to see larger images of the teeth. Large concave mirrors are also used to concentrate sunlight. So they are used in solar furnaces so that a large amount of heat can be produced. So these are the various fields in which concave mirrors are used. So the pictures are given showing the uses of concave mirrors. Now, convex mirrors. Convex mirrors are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles. Convex mirror give erect diminished image of the objects. They also have a wider field of view than plane mirrors. So they are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles. Convex mirrors are preferred. Why? Because they always give an erect, diminished image. Also, they have a wider field of view as they are curved outsides. So, this enables the driver to view much larger area than would be possible with a plane mirror. So, these are used in vehicles. So this is about the uses of spherical mirrors.